Hello kids! We are now in the second week of Science Adventure. I am Teacher Louella, your teacher for today. I'm going to help you learn many things in the world of science. Always remember that learning science helps you understand the events happening around you. So kids, get ready with your paper, ballpen, and self-learning modules because we are about to dive in the world of science. Are you ready? Come on! Let's start the science learning adventure! Let's check your learnings from last week's lesson by answering the following questions.
Number 1. Which of the following materials absorb water? A. Bottle cap, B. Marble, C. Face towel. Correct! Face towel absorbs water because of the tiny holes or pores where water seeps in. Number 2. Which of the following materials sink in water? A. Pencil, B. Pebble, C. Ping pong ball. You got it right! Pebbles sink in water because it is heavier than the weight of the water it displaces. And for the last review question, which of the following materials undergo decay? A. Glass bottle, B. Rubber slippers, C. Fruit peelings. Excellent! Fruit peelings come from plants and they are biodegradable waste.
Indeed, you learned a lot from last week's lesson. This video lesson will cover week 2 lessons about the changes in solid materials when they are bent and pressed. At the end of these lessons, you will be able to, number 1, describe changes in solid materials when they are bent. Number 2, describe the changes in solid materials when they are pressed. Number 3, identify solid materials that can be pressed. And number 4, evaluate the properties of solid materials that can be pressed. These lessons will help you identify examples of solid materials and know the changes that solid materials undergo.
Before we start with our activity, let us first get to know the important words used in these lessons. If you know these words, then you are good to go. If not, let's find out. What you are going to do is to arrange the jumbled letters to form the word referred to by its meaning. You are given 4 seconds to answer. Come on, let's begin. Number 1, it has definite shape and volume. The answer is solid. Number 2, to force from proper shaping by curving. That meaning refers to bend. Number 3, an action of pushing pressure. The word is pressed. And number 4, it is the roughness or smoothness of an object. The answer is texture. Wow, kids! You are now ready for our new lesson. Now, try to identify the following picture shown in your screen. Paper, ruler, pork, crayon, paper clip, and clay.
Are these materials solid, liquid, or gas? Yes, that's right. They are all solid materials.
Solids have definite shape and volume. You can hold solid. Solid materials have different characteristics or properties such as size, shape, color, texture, weight, etc. Solid materials can be changed through cutting, tearing, folding, twisting, bending, stretching, pressing, coloring, crumpling, melting, and others.
In these lessons, we will be focusing only two ways of changing solid materials: bending and pressing. What do you think will happen to solid materials when bent? Observe what happens to the following materials after bending.
What are the materials that can be bent based on your observation? Yes, fork, ruler, and paper clip. Fork and paper clip are made with metal. Metals can be bent. Ruler is made of plastic. Plastic can also be bent. Bending may change the size, shape, texture, color, and other physical properties of materials, but no new material is formed. Only the physical appearance of the materials is changed.
Let us see what you've learned from this lesson. Get your self-learning module and let's answer the questions together. Given the pictures on your SLM, describe what happens to each material when bent.
Write change in size or change in shape on your answer sheet. You have 10 seconds to answer each item. Are you ready? Let's start. Number 1. Ruler. The correct answer is change in size and change in shape. Number 2. Iron nail. Still, the correct answer is change in size and change in shape. Number 3. Safety pin. Correct. The answer is change in size and change in shape. And number 4, fork. The correct answer is change in size and change in shape.
Well done, kids! Now, let's proceed to lesson 2.
Observe what happens to the materials after pressing. The modeling clay flattened. Its size and shape changed after being pressed. Its softness allows it to change its size and shape. Look at the crumpled handkerchief. It is pressed using hot flat iron. Describe what happened. The handkerchief's texture became smooth. It has changed its texture after pressing. Some solid materials can be pressed depending on the property of the material. When pressed, these materials will change their size and shape. Other solid materials will change their texture when pressed. However, even if the size, shape, and texture are changed, there is no new material formed. Only the physical appearance of the material is changed.
Now let's tell if the material shown can be pressed. You can say yes if it can be pressed and no if it cannot.
Chocolate. Yes, it can be. It is soft and malleable. Steel bar. No, it can't. You need to heat and pound it with hammer to flatten. Banana. Yes, banana can be flattened. Sliced bread. Yes, sliced bread is pressed to flatten in cooking bread rolls.
You did great! Now, I want you to open your self-learning module on page 4. Let's check your learning for the second lesson in today's video.
Draw a star if the material can be pressed. Quarter moon if it cannot. You have 5 seconds to answer each item. Write your answers on your answer sheet. Ready? Start now. Number 1. Wood. Did you draw a quarter moon? You're correct. Wood does not change size, shape, and texture when pressed. Number 2. Cake. That's right. Star. Cake flattens when pressed. Of course, it changes its size and shape also. Number 3. Bread. Yes, star is the correct answer. You have seen bread flatten when pressed, right? Number 4. Rock. Can you flatten a rock? No. You need to hit the rock with a hammer or strong, heavy object in order to break it. So your drawing should be a quarter moon.
Well done, kids! You made it! Yay!
To wrap up our lesson, answer these questions. What will happen to solid materials when bent or pressed? Some solid materials can be bent and pressed depending on the property of materials. When bent or pressed, they change in size, shape, or texture. Is there a new material formed after bending and pressing? No, no new material is formed. Only the physical appearance of the material is changed. Excellent! You are doing great, kids!
Now, it's time to answer your final assessment on page 5 of your SLM. This will help you see how much you have learned from the 2 lessons we have taken up today. You have 1 week to answer all the questions in this test. Read, understand, and analyze the activity carefully. Your teacher will check your answer once you submitted them. are done with today's lessons. Thank you for being with me all throughout this video lesson. Always remember that learning science helps you understand the events happening around you. This is Teacher Louella saying goodbye and keep learning science. Good luck, kids!